Okay, welcome to our class on Ningxia Red. If you are new, I know that we've got a few people who said they've never tried it before. You're going to learn many things. If you've been around for a while, we have some stories we want to share, but we would love for you to feel free to share your story too as we get to that part. So I am going to share my screen. See if that works. Everyone hopefully can see that. Okay, perfect. Okay, I can see your faces. I just can't see the chat. All right, so what are antioxidants? What is this for? Why do we drink this? What's the story? So let me go here. All right, so first of all, what is oxidation? Because in order just to understand an antioxidant, you have to understand what an oxidant is. So oxidation is when you add oxygen to something, hydrogen is taken away, and so things lose their freshness over a period of time as they're exposed to air. And that actually goes with bodies, human bodies as well. So think of it like our body is slowly rusting over time. So what causes our body to rust faster? I'm just going to use that word, oxidize faster or slower. So there's all this talk about free radicals. What are free radicals? Free radicals are just molecules that attack our healthy molecules in our body. They normally come from inflammation, which can come from poor diet, can come from smoking, it comes from pollutants, radiation, drugs, pesticides, I said nutrition, solvents, or even ozone in our atmosphere. So what impact do they have? So they cause infections, they cause cancer, heart disease, neurological diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple muscular dystrophy, lupus, respiratory issues. All these things have been tied to this attack of our body on these molecules, chemicals in many cases. So antioxidants are substances that inhibit oxidation and often can even reverse oxidation, and they are measured by what's called an ORAC scale, oxygen radical absorbance capacity. So going forward, we'll just call it the ORAC scale. So you'll see that often if you use the app, the Pocket on the Go app, you'll see as you go through your oils, it'll tell you the ORAC scale for each oil, which is pretty fun. All right, so what is the longevity story for Young Living? So why did Gary want Ningxia Red, the founder of Young Living? So Gary was super fascinated with why there are populations of like small pockets of populations of people living over 100 years old. And one of the largest populations in the world of centenarians, people living over 100 years old, was in the Ningxia province of China. So he flew there and he interviewed these centenarians. And what they had in common is they all ate wolfberries every day. And they are actually one of China's top three, or they're one of the three national treasures of China. So they're very well known in China. And these centenarians purposely incorporated them into their diet on a daily basis. And what's special about the wolfberries that are grown in the Ningxia province is that Ningxia province is in a valley between two mountains. And the soil is extremely nutrient dense and has all kinds of minerals in it that you can't find in other places. So it's very important where the berry comes from. So I think that I got to the right slide. So as far as antioxidant goes, if you look on this scale here, I know we're told that blueberries are one of the most antioxidant foods that there is, and they are not even 5,000 units of, I think it's, I forgot how the units of antioxidant, and wolfberries are over 30,000. So less than 5,000 versus 30,000. So for me, this is a really good visual to see like how antioxidant these wolfberries are. So Gary decided to put together this drink. This is actually, I think, our third or fourth style of bottle. This is, in the US, we can get the bottle and the packet. I know many of you guys are in Africa and you can only get the packet. It's a shipping consideration. But the the purpose of the Ningxia drink is to combine antioxidant berries with the powers of essential oils to give people longevity and antioxidant power. And so this is why it's called Ningxia Red, is because that berry is red and it comes from the Ningxia province. And it's actually a puree. It is not juiced, which is important because you get the whole fruit, which has a lot of significance. So it supports a lot of different things. So I'm gonna see, oops, if it won't, hold on. So I'm gonna switch here. I wanna play a little video for you guys.
Ningxia Red's journey begins in the remote hills of the former Chinese province of Ningxia. It's a story of high-quality ingredients and exacting processes coming together to produce a premium essential oil-infused drink. Ningxia Red, a seed-to-seal story. The wolfberry, or goji berry, gives our drink its rich, signature crimson color. At Young Living, we work directly with Chinese vendors to grow wolfberries in locations that are rigorously tested for the presence of pesticides, heavy metals, and other potential contaminants. Once the wolfberries are harvested, they're cleaned and sent off to be pureed. Puree of this superfruit is the drink's core ingredient. Why puree and not juice? Because it captures more of the wolfberry's nutritional potential from both pulp and juice. We test this puree both before and after it is shipped from China to ensure that it meets our strict requirements. Because fiber, zeaxanthin, critical amino acids, and polysaccharides are found in the whole berry, you're not missing out on any of these valuable nutrients. Ningxia Red is also formulated with a flavorful blend of blueberry, plum, cherry, aronia, and pomegranate concentrates, plus grape seed extract. These fruits have powerful compounds, phytonutrients, polyphenols, vitamins, and minerals that support your full body wellness. What really sets Ningxia Red apart, though, is a blend of 4 citrus essential oils: orange, tangerine, lemon, and rare yuzu. These essential oils support healthy digestion, promote a positive outlook, and more. So how does this whole body nutrient infusion make it to the homes of our members around the world? Once all of the ingredients have passed our testing and quality checks, they're weighed and combined. We then fill our signature frosted glass bottles with this halal and kosher certified blend of wolfberry puree, superfruit juices and extracts, and essential oils. Each bottle gets 2 final quality inspections, once before it is boxed, and again between the time it leaves our facility and is shipped directly to you. Serve up 2 delicious ounces daily to take advantage of Ningxia Red's balanced ingredients that support whole body wellness, energy levels, eye health, help fight against oxidative stress, and support normal cellular function. Now that you've seen the journey of Young Living's Ningxia Red, from wolfberry fields in China to homes worldwide, we hope that Ningxia Red can be an essential part of your journey to transformed wellness.
Okay, I think it's really cool to look at the comparison of drinking 1 ounce, which remember the recommended is 2 ounces. So 1 ounce of Ningxia Red is the equivalent of eating 114 blueberries, 100 oranges, 59 broccoli florets, 34 large onions, 22 medium carrots, and 10.85 pounds of spinach. So when you look at that, you're like, wow, I don't know if I could eat all that. And I can just drink a couple of ounces. It's really much easier. So I think it's pretty cool to look at that comparison. So I want to end with we're going to hear some stories today, but I want to just talk about some of the major benefits of Ningxia Red and what it's good for. Good for energy levels and strength. So I can actually really tell a difference if I work out before I take my Ningxia in the morning. Often if I on my elliptical machine, I'll hop off and go get some and then go back and finish my workout because I feel a difference in my energy levels. Respiratory health, cardiovascular health, I have some great stories about that. blood pressure, cholesterol levels, blood sugar, immune system, really help with headaches and dizziness, help with healthy bedroom, quality of sleep, looking and feeling younger, premature aging, cellular damage, weight management, anxiety, digestion, vision, protecting DNA, memory, joint discomfort, blood, building strong blood, white blood cell counts, sharper mental activity, athletic performance, good for muscles and bones, kidney function. I kind of already said immune system, liver function, overall health, reproductive health, helps with menopause symptoms, good antioxidants, good for the bowels, moving the bowels, and it's great for pregnancy. So that is going to lead us directly into some stories. So I'm going to hand it over to Claudine to tell her family's story.
Thanks, Ellie. Hi, everyone. It's so great to see so many people on the call. So I think we've been taking Ningxia for probably almost a year and a half now. And it has been absolutely incredible for my family. So my husband is actually type 1 diabetic. So the last time he tested his sugar levels, it was still a little bit high. And then we started taking Ningxia. And then when he tested again, it was actually improved by 1%, which is amazing. The other thing that I love about Ningxia is that he has been struggling for years to pick up weight. And since taking Ningxia, he has been able to pick up weight, healthy weight, which is absolutely amazing. And the other thing is that we have not gotten sick since starting taking Ningxia, thank goodness. So I don't feel too scared of the winters anymore because I feel like we've got our power juice and, you know, take my multivitamins. So yes, I absolutely love Ningxia. I have like, I think around 4 boxes in my house always because I cannot run out of it. So this is something that is like a staple in my family. So I'm going to hand off to Kim to share her story with us.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on this call. So I started drinking Ningxia in January when Ellie ran her Ningxia challenge, and every day we were bombed with some really useful information, which was basically what you've seen in kind of drip feed form for us. And I'm quite a red personality, and you'll hear about a lot about color personalities in the Young Living community, and I don't really need much, I don't need a lot of fact, but those kind of facts were like, wow. And so I went with it. And I'd been in adrenal fatigue for a really long time. I'd been struggling with a lot of stress in my life. My health was shocking. And I started Ningxia every single day. And I also stockpiled, thank goodness, because at the start of lockdown, everybody stockpiled. In the Young Living community, it was like toilet paper. And in South Africa, we ran out for about 2 months, but I didn't, I'm pleased to say. And it really, really is the most incredible booster. I'm not very caffeine tolerant, so this is a fantastic energy supplement to just boost you. I don't like to have it in the morning because I find my energy slumps in the afternoon. So that's when I love to have my Ningxia. I especially love to drink it with some ice and some sparkling water. It makes a really nice, I don't know, like a little cocktail for myself in the afternoon. And that's really, really delicious. And I definitely feel the days where if I by some chance forget, you can definitely feel that you've dropped. But antioxidants, as Ellie said, are just so important from the inside out. And often you can't see what's happening in your body. And you might think, oh, but in that list of 34 things, it said X, Y, and Z, you know, it would help with my eyesight. But actually, you don't know what's happening deep down in your body and where these antioxidants need to get to work first. And that's where Ningxia will start to work. It will work on the most vital things in your body first, much like the essential oils that are all adaptogens. And The antioxidants are so powerful. I notice things with my skin. I notice things with my joints. I notice things with my airways, all these things. I also have not got sick since starting Ningxia, and maybe it's the combination of thieves and Ningxia, but who knows. But I think this community has been amazing through this craziness, and I really can't speak about this product high enough. It is definitely on my list of things every single month for ER. So Ningxia and Thieves Household Cleaner are the reason why I have Essential Rewards. Yeah, and I'm never, even if I have a full box in the cupboard, I will still order a box of Ningxia, and I share it freely with my friends, because that's what you do when you love people, you share the love. So I'm going to hand over to Adi.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so when I got my starter kit from America 2 years ago, it was a big box, and it had the secret compartment underneath it, which I didn't even open until like a couple of months into my Young Living journey. And underneath the little compartment, this hidden compartment, was 2 packets of Ningxia Red, which I didn't even try. I was told to put it in the fridge, make it cold, drink it, try it out. I didn't. I forgot about it, wasn't interested. And then there was, as Kim said, there was this Ningxia challenge. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to try it. There's so much hype about Ningxia. I remember when Ali and Lindsay came down to South Africa to teach, they kept saying, oh, Ningxia, Ningxia, Ningxia this and Ningxia that, and everything's Ningxia. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try. So I bought my box and I started drinking a sachet every day. And I have to be honest, I didn't really notice much. I noticed that I was maybe having a little bit more energy when I was exercising. I wasn't having such a slump in the afternoon. Maybe my brain fog was clearing up a little bit. But I really felt it when I stopped the challenge and I went off the Ningxia. And then I could feel, oh my word, I can't actually believe how low in energy I'm feeling, how I'm going upstairs to fetch something and then I'm forgetting what I've gone upstairs to fetch because my brain fog had just come back. And so I've been back on Ningxia ever since. It really does. My whole family's on it. It's actually, we're down to our last box and now it's out of stock. So I've actually hidden it so that no one else in my family can drink it because we all fight over it. My boyfriend, well, he did own a bakery and he was up every morning to go to work very early and at 4:30, and he wouldn't give me free coffee unless I gave him Ningxia. So that was our deal because he actually couldn't survive without drinking his Ningxia every day before work because he was up at 4:30 working a whole day and he needed it for his energy, also to clear his mind. And in all that time that he worked at the bakery, he never got sick, which was unbelievable. And I must say, we've been on it as a family for about 1.5 years now, and we have not been sick. It just really has helped us to stay above the wellness line. My daughter, she's 17, before she even wakes up in the morning, I think she's downing her Ningxia. It's the first thing she has in the morning before she has anything else. My little 7-year-old was always so ill. Every couple of months he was at the doctor with something, and since he's been taking Ningxia every day, and he absolutely loves it. So for children, it's really amazing as well. He drinks it straight out of the packet. In summer, you can actually freeze it and they can drink it like a lollipop, but he absolutely loves it. And I've really seen such a change in his overall wellness. He's also suffered terribly with being anemic since he was born. And I have found now that like before the Ningxia, he used to fall asleep every afternoon in the car. He was always tired. I always had to carry him around. He always had pale lips. He was severely anemic. He was on, medication before, which I stopped. And since he's been on the Ningxia, he's full of energy, which is maybe not such a good thing, but he's full of energy and his lips are nice and red. I haven't had his levels tested because I don't actually want to take him for a blood test, but I can see a huge change in his overall wellness and everybody else in my family and our energy levels. And what I love also about the Ningxia, because it contains the wolfberry, which is actually a prebiotic, really helps regulate you going to the toilet every day as well, which has been a huge thing in my life. So I drink it very differently. I like to sip it throughout the day. Unless I'm going to gym, then I'll have a packet just before my gym. But otherwise, I take an aluminium bottle and I'll take a sachet and I'll pour the sachet inside my bottle and I'll fill it up with water. And then what I like to do every day is to add sulfazyme. So this is the powder. So the powder I add straight into my bottle. And the combination is just amazing for post-exercise, for inflammation. Sulfazyme on its own is, I think we'll do a class maybe in a couple of weeks' time on sulfazyme. It's just the most unbelievable supplement, but it really helps, the combination really helps to support my body. And then when I want to do like a detox, I'll add lime essential oil to it for like 2 weeks or so. And that really helps to detox your body. It's the most amazing detox because, as Ali said, the Ningxia itself has all the citrus oils. I just found that the lime oil, if you do the research on lime, it really helps to flush out your lymphatic system, helps to detox. So it's really amazing to add lime. And if you're in South Africa, you saw the hint today of some new products arriving. So we're very excited because yes, we are going to be getting our lime to add to our Ningxia, which is awesome. So yeah, I can't say enough about Ningxia. It needs to be on everyone's order every month. I actually have 2 accounts and I order on both accounts so I can get my promotions, my ER promos on both accounts and the points on both my accounts. So yeah, it's my standard, same like him, every single month. Even if I have, I order more because I also can't run out. And now I'm handing over to Lizette, I think.
Lizette, you want to come off mute?
Hi, can you hear me? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Lizette. I have been using Ningxia Red for only 3 weeks now. I must be honest, I was very skeptical at first because I thought, you know, such a small sachet, how can it have all of these benefits? But I can truly say that it's met my expectations. I'm a teacher, so I'm surrounded by a lot of children every day, and I have to try and protect myself from all these germs and all these hojas going around. I often found when I get home in the afternoon that I am tired, you know, and I don't always get going immediately, you know, after I've come back from school. But that's changed now. The past 2 weeks, every afternoon when I get home, I immediately can start with whatever is at home or whatever I have to do at home. And I can keep on going until whatever time at night. So I can truly say that it's done a lot for my energy levels. And then it's also so handy, the sachet, just to pop it in my handbag and have it at school. I have it at about 11 in the morning at school. And it really helps me, you know, to get through the day. And also, you know, I'm 54 now. Sometimes I have this brain fog, and I haven't had this in quite a while now. And I'm sure it's because of Ningxia Red. My head feels clear. I can actually focus until very late at night. And yes, I won't be without this again. I'm really enjoying it. Thanks. I'm handing over to Ali again.
So I'm going to ask Allison, if, I don't know if she's okay. She has a special needs child at home, but she has some really amazing stories. And we were just messaging. Allison, are you able to unmute yourself right now?
Yes, yes. Thanks. Yeah, I've been using Ningxia for about 5 years, actually. Me, my husband, and my son. And let me first just tell you my story. I all of a sudden, when I hit about 60, my cholesterol just went up. It was always great, and it started shooting up. So I went in one day, and it was 257, which is fairly high. I had just ordered my first bottle of Ningxia. So I started using that, and I read a lot. In fact, for those of you who love to do research, I can post it in the thing. There's a great article on the wolfberry in PubMed, which is a great source for peer reviews and different articles on the wolfberry. And it talks about all of the amazing properties and what it does for your body in terms of cholesterol and eyesight and all the individual studies. So it's a great article to read. But anyway, I thought, well, I'll try it. So I started using it. I went back after probably a little bit less than a year. I went back and got my next blood work done. My doctor wanted me to go ahead and take Lipitor or not Lipitor, but Crestor or Pravastatin, and those I just didn't want to do. Anyway, I had lowered it from 257 down to 213. And we were both just shocked. And all I was doing was taking my Ningxia every morning. Then I started reading more about the oils and the ability to add more to it. And lemongrass is a great one to support healthy cholesterol levels. So I started adding a drop of lemongrass in my Ningxia. Now sometimes I change off and do lemon or whatever, but probably 4 days a week I add a drop of lemongrass to mine. And now I'm proud to say my cholesterol is 178. I just had blood work done, and it has been really steady. So for me, it's a must. The other quick story that I love is my mother-in-law. She's 90 now, and she was almost in dialysis mode with her kidneys. Unfortunately, she's been on a lot of medications, and that's had major effects on her kidneys. And she was operating about 18% kidney functionality, and about 15 is when they say it's time for dialysis. So I started her on a shot of Ningxia and a drop of lemon oil in the Ningxia as well, because we all know lemon's great to cleanse your kidneys. And we started doing this, and she's been doing it now for 2 years. She's up to a little bit over 40% functionality of her kidneys, which the doctor's just shocked because he didn't think she'd ever be able to improve anything near that. So she's great now, doesn't have to worry about dialysis, and it's just been really helpful. So this is a must for her as well. We make sure she doesn't miss a beat with that. So those are my two stories.
Thank you so much, Allison. I know you're dealing with things at home, so I appreciate that.
Okay.
I have a few stories for our family. Also, I'll tell our story. I'll start with myself because I love to experiment on myself for all the things. So I started drinking Ningxia too, and I was like, I'm not sure about this stuff. Is it really worthwhile? I wasn't, teaching anyone or sharing it. I just was trying it for myself. And I definitely saw a difference in energy level. By the way, my eyesight is 20/20. I have a slight astigmatism, so I get headaches when I don't wear my glasses. And unfortunately, Ningxia Red cannot reshape your eyeballs, because that would be awesome. But I'm stuck with the eyeballs that I have. In the meantime, though, I used to struggle with hypoglycemia, so much so that I used to faint kind of on a regular basis. Like wake up in the shower on the floor of the shower. It happened a lot that way because I would work out and then I would go take a shower, and then I guess when I got hot, I don't know what happened, but in the shower is when I have my problems the most. So a few years ago, a woman who's a holistic nutritionist joined our team, and she said, I would like to do a hair analysis on you because I want to understand. A hair analysis will tell you all kinds of things, heavy metals, blood sugar levels, etc. And I have quite long hair. I don't know if you can see, but my hair is really long. And she took a hair sample, and she said to me, the first thing I saw was that you had the most even blood sugar levels of anyone that I'd ever tested. Okay, mind you, I used to faint on the regular from hypoglycemia. And so the only thing I can attribute that to is that for years I have been drinking Ningxia Red. So that was a really cool fact study for me because I know how I feel. I know I don't get sick almost ever. So those things I can watch, but I couldn't test my own blood sugar other than I haven't fainted in many years now since I've been drinking it. So that's really cool. My dad had a similar story to Allison Sharp in that he did not believe me on Ningxia Red either. So he thought he would test me, and he went and had his cholesterol level tested. Then he drank Ningxia Red for 30 days. And then he had his cholesterol tested again, and his triglycerides dropped by 50% in a month, which was insane. So that was awesome. And then the other story I want to tell you is about my husband. So my husband, when my son was little, before using essential oils, like we weren't not into any of this yet, he was diagnosed with melanoma. And it was really scary. He had to have a lymph node removed. It was far enough along to have a lymph node removed, which was really, really scary. And at that point in time, he had to go to the dermatologist every 3 months to be scanned for moles. He has reddish hair. He's just susceptible. He has freckles. And every single time he would go to the dermatologist, he would come home and he would say, "Don't look at me. They've cut another hole." Like, I would just get so upset. I would start crying. They would cut a chunk of, like, they would cut things out of him every time he went, every 3 months. And then I started using Young Living, and I started drinking Ningxia Red, and I started having him drink the Ningxia Red. He does take other Young Living supplements as well, but he started first with Ningxia Red. And in the last 7 years, it's been almost 7.5 years now since he started drinking Ningxia Red. Sorry, I don't know what this app is. It's like talking on my computer. There we go. In the last 7.5 years since he has been drinking Ningxia Red, he doesn't even have to go every 3 months now. Now he goes once a year for a full body scan. And in 7.5 years, he hasn't had to have anything cut out of him. His numbers are great. Everything looks great. So it's harder to say when something does happen versus doesn't happen. But all I can tell you is we are so happy that he doesn't have to have things cut out of him every 3 months, nor are we afraid anymore for his health, which is honestly the biggest thing for me. So I want to quickly go through essential rewards, which Kim and Adie had both mentioned, which is amazing. And then I want to open it up for questions. So when we talk about drinking Ningxia Red, the best way to buy Ningxia Red, and really anything from Young Living, is the loyalty program. It is totally optional, but it is the best way to buy things. And I'm going to just quickly share a screen so you can kind of see the benefits of why you would join Ningxia Red. Sorry about children yelling outside of my office. Hopefully you can't hear that. Okay. First of all, you can order whatever you want every month. You don't have to keep it the same. You can change it every single month. But if you're drinking Ningxia Red, that's probably something you want on your order. You can also change your date. So if you're like, "Oh, Kat, I cannot wait anymore. I need to have this right now," you can do and automatically process your order today, or you can move it out or push it in. You have that ability and flexibility, which is really great. You get special loyalty gifts in months 3, 6, 9, and 12. So make sure you're getting those sent to you. And then most importantly, you get a percentage back on everything you buy. So the first 3 months you're on it, you get 10%. Then it jumps to 20% back in months 4 and 24. And then after 2 years, which goes super quickly, you get 25% back on your entire order. And this just acts like cash with Young Living that you can go in and buy what you want. You can buy more Ningxia Red with it, with your points. And then the only requirement is, and it's free to join, but you do need to spend 50 PV a month. So if you're buying Ningxia Red every month, you're covered, right? And you can cancel anytime with no penalties. So it's not like you're stuck there forever. You have to join for a year. You can't cancel it. You can cancel it if you need to cancel it. You can also get a grace month. So if you need to skip a month for some kind of reason, you can call Young Living and just ask that you have a skip month, which is great. And then also, if you do want to cancel, make sure you spend those precious reward points first. So with that, I'm going to open it up for questions and stories. I've gotten a few. Oh, Allison, you shared that with me. I'm going to share it with everyone. There's a great, she posted the PubMed article about Ningxia Red, or about the wolfberries. And also actually Allison bought me this amazing book about the Ningxia wolfberry, which has some really great data and facts on it about how they give it to cancer patients in China, and eye health. And it goes through all the studies that they, it's a very heavily studied berry in China because it's grown there. So there's tons of Chinese studies around that berry. Okay, let's see. There were a bunch of questions that came up. So one of the questions was, do you need to take other supplements with it? And I think that, Kim, you answered that beautifully, as it kind of depends on if you want a more targeted supplement. I do take some other targeted supplements for sure. I take sulfurzyme every day. I take Super B multi-greens every day. I take a lot of, our probiotic Life 9 or the Mighty Pro, which I use as a treat. It's like crack cocaine candy. It's so yummy. I have to keep myself to just one. That's like my sweet treat and probiotic. Let's see. So I do take digestive enzymes every day too. So those are kind of the heavy hitters that I personally do. I also take Thyromin, which is a Young Living supplement to support the thyroid. And I did get another question on here about thyroid support. And yes, you can certainly take Ningxia Red 100% if you're, dealing with thyroid issues. Okay, what other kidney issues? Yes, Allison covered that. I'm just looking through here on scrolling on questions. Oh, Pam, do you want to share your story do you want to tell your story instead of just in the chat? Pam, put you on the spot there.
No problem. I'm lying here in the bed with my kids, so I'm not going to put the camera on. Yeah, I felt like during lockdown with the pressure and all of that, by 3 o'clock, my energy levels were like completely depleted, and I was getting headaches, and I was tired, and I was ratty, and very snacky. And during lockdown, I don't have a scale because I've got that personality that becomes obsessive. But I couldn't even get my jeans over my hips. And I was living in my gym clothes and feeling really horrible and eating everything I could because my energy levels were so low as well. And then I started with a Ningxia and put it in a glass with carbonated water and some grapefruit, like 2 drops of grapefruit. And I don't know how many kilos I've lost, but I have got my jeans back on. I don't feel snacky and ratty. I've still got patience and my energy levels are good. I don't get headaches as often as I used to. And it's like really been like life-changing actually. And my kids love it as well. It's delicious. So we all have it all the time. And yeah, it's made a huge difference, especially for my confidence as well. Being able to get back into the clothes that I wore before is huge. It's a huge confidence booster. So yeah, and feeling healthy, it's great.
Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you. There was a question about the sulfurzyme and lime. I do 3 drops of lime every day in my Ningxia, and I drink it like 80 does with the sulfurzyme and the lime and the water. 80, do you do 3 drops too? Yeah? Ah, you just said that. Yes, many people say that it really does help with arthritis. I agree also for CBD oil is just amazing for arthritis. We have some really cool testimonials. Are there any other questions?